all
Cole's
gone
like,
downhill.
this is
Wow.
BS. I'm out.
The numbers in chat keep going up.
Hey, I think we're back.
There we go.
Yeah, the numbers keep going.
Oh, yeah,
down.
there we go.
And we're back.
Hello again,
All
everybody.
right.
I'm sorry, what was
It's
the
like,
question?
oh, it was 44 now.
So we just had to get rid of Cole, and now we're good.
You bring her back.
Get her back on here.
She's Red Barn, bro. She's Red Barn.
Yeah, reported.
She pulled an Ethernet cable.
Right.
Like, how do I defeat this boss?
She's going through 3 VPNs.
Oh, she's chatting.
Is Stream Boss stronger than Elevator Boss? That's the question.
Are these real bosses?
All right. I don't know if enough people played WoW. They may not.
No, I got it. Elevator boss, gravity boss.
Well, pretty soon there's going to be underwater boss, right?
And there's Rick
Looks
Springfield.
like she's on her way back.
All right. Well, anyways, sorry about that, everybody. A little bit of a technical issue right there. The internet. What can you do? But we're talking to Mr. Youngcon, and we were just asking about some of the prep work that went into this year's booth at GuardianCon.
The prep work. It was controlled chaos. It's the best way
That's
to
a good way to
describe
put it.
Controlled chaos. I had no idea what I was doing because I've never done it before. So, I had these ideas, these grandiose ideas. I'm like, what is my budget? And I threw that idea out the window because I just kind of went wild with my ideas. I got everything is shipped down to Florida already, except for like the one thing I'm doing with our buddy Cobb here. But
That looks amazing, by the way.
it is it was
Yeah, that was nice.
it was kind of a last minute idea in my head, and nobody's heard about it yet. We released a preview video of a special. Was going to be like a question later on. Is there anything special different regarding kind of exclusive print? There is an exclusive print for GuardianCon. Is a 100 limited copies. It is a collaboration between myself and Cobb One. If anybody doesn't know Cobb One, he'll be speaking here pretty soon. But
Who?
exactly.
Get him.
Nice.
Like Cobb One's art basically got me back into doing art after a decade break. Like that and Destiny was, my jump off point. But the prep work was I kind of when Daestra said she like took 80 hours to do something, I was like, man, it shows. And everything I do is like within a couple hours or a few hours because I am compulsively creating things every day. I think I've filled up at least a terabyte of just images in the course of 2 years. So that's just flat drawings, not animation, just a terabyte of just drawings of images. So I've made thousands of things in the past like couple years. I did have some specially commissioned CNC like router cut bottle openers and keychains. They have the Gambit logo on them. We'll see how that goes over. Those are super heavy and super high end. The t-shirt designs, I did a special thing for St. Jude's where I was going to donate 10% of the Dredgen hoodie, the infamous Dredgen hoodie by now. If anybody's seen it, it's people have been asking
awesome.
about it, coming back. I'm like, maybe I'll come back. I don't know. I can't promise. Maybe.
Of course.
But that was a sketch. That was just a sketch. I was like messing around. This would be a cool t-shirt. And then like a week later, I'm getting it printed on hoodies. Who's going to order one? I was like, I'll sell 15. Next thing you know, I'm shipping 75 across to Scotland, and
That was crazy.
Dude, they're everywhere. I mean,
Switzerland
and they
and
came
Germany,
out
yeah.
great.
Thanks. I work really fast.
Are you gonna like give like special high fives and stuff to anybody walking into the con with one of those?
Oh yeah.
Is he gonna
If you're
gonna
to
trip you out?
Florida with a hoodie on, I'll give you one because you'll be sweating.
Man.
Right, let me get a hug.
Nice. Now I know I did see on the socials you had just a limited run on a one for the pack for the doggos. For help with vet costs and everything. I did not catch that in time. It was not payday yet. And that even everything comes out amazing. I mean, even your warm-up sketches are freaking amazing.
That was like 30 minutes. A 30-minute like wolf I drew.
It's dope. I got one.
Yeah, thank you so much. I did not want to come on and ask for money for the vet bills. That is something I did not want to do. That's why I made something to sell to raise money. But it ended up people just ended up donating, and it was like gone within a couple hours. I was like, but I made a thing to sell for the.
I'll tell you that all of your designs are just so unique, and the styles and everything about them, it really strikes a chord with everybody, and they're just so easy to fall in love with. And I mean, that dredging hoodie, I mean, I keep going back to that, and it keeps getting referred to. But if you haven't seen it, look up Young Con, or literally, like, I'd say at least 20% of the Destiny community who have this hoodie, and see it for yourself, because it's absolutely just awesome. Absolutely
I'm still
awesome.
waiting on my cease and desist. That's why I only made a limited run of it.
I'm sure they wear it around the studio.
Actually, one copy, somebody went and visited Bungie at studios with the hoodie on. I was like, oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But then some of the devs like have posted pictures of, like, I'm wearing my Iron Lords t-shirt I designed with Saladin on it. They're actually wearing the t-shirt, so I'm
Whoa!
like, I guess
There's a
it's cool.
Saladin shirt. I need this in my
Yeah,
life.
so,
Oh yeah.
Iron Lords gym.
It's like the old gold gym logo.
Yeah.
Like
I have a
Saladin.
mighty need, my boy.
Even the old wolves still bite is at the bottom,
Oh.
because that's my favorite Saladin quote.
That's like his only quote.
Um,
He just walks in,
And-
kills
and-
one. Old wolves still bite. Well, got your
Don't
back.
forget you're light as a dragon. Don't forget that.
Oh, excuse me. Test your might, Guardian.
Now, is there a limited amount of shirts and stuff you're gonna have at the booth this year?
yes, there is a limited number. I have 3 designs.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna do a class one for each one, but I ended up doing. I'm bringing the dredging design back for one shirt, so that'd be just a front T-shirt. The actual hoodie has a front design, a front Chinese characters, which is Jiao Shu, which literally means gambit or trick or treachery in Mandarin, and the back has the design on it. So the T-shirts will just be just have the dredging design on the front. At the bottom it says banknotes. I'll have a Japanese warlock print based on a 17th century scroll that has the ram and the purifier robes. And the third design is the one-eyed mask, which I was like super like I had designed it, and then like a week later I was like I saw Ian's design. I was like, it was so similar. I was like, but I've already put the order in. But his looks so much cooler. But I went ahead and pressed ahead with it. I still love the design.
Very
Those
cool.
those are 3 shirts, yeah. So there'll be shirts. There'll be a couple prints. There'll be some stickers. I made a bunch of stickers. I made a couple like postcards, because I try to like keep the range nice and high. If you got a couple bucks, I can make something happen. If you got $50, I can make something happen. Because I don't hate anybody to like go empty-handed by coming by my table. So, but I'm super excited about the crossover with me and Cobb, because I didn't think it'd be like me and Cobb have like come closer over the past couple of years, and I was like, hey, you want to do a collab? I was gonna say no. Yeah, okay. the way it turned out, and then the exclusive video that we put out, I edited to put to showcase it.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Excited. Yeah.
Oh, that
This
looks
was
so
a color test print. This is just on like paper. I just wanted to see the like results of the color there.
Looks so good. Yeah, you're right. That does look so good.
That's probably the most I'm gonna spend on a piece since we did the first the DCA year 1 Guardian collaboration was all the Guardians from the artist community.
Yeah.
And that took me about 20-30 hours because I was drawing with my laptop, the trackpad.
Wow.
dedication.
That's why I can move so fast now with a pen. Like my mind is free.
Not running in mud anymore.
No, you
Drop
I'm
the
like
weighted
the
shackle.
Rock Lee of like sketching now.
Now, just a side question: how many emotes are you up to now? On
Yes.
Over 3,000, probably like 33,050, 3,070, maybe 3,100.
Damn.
Cray cray.
It was 2 years in March when I started the business. It'll be 2 years in August since I started streaming. So about 3,000 emotes in roughly, about 26, 28 months.
Whew.
Not counting avatars, logos, stream brands, redesigns,
Just emotes.
just emotes.
Straight put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
I have an addiction.
It's a good one.
Coffee,
Machine.
weights, and art because I took a decade off from drawing, so I feel like I'm behind.
Well, I think you're catching up at a good
Catching
good
it up.
pace.
Catching up. Yeah.
Soon I'm gonna lap everybody in about 50 years.
Well, awesome.
Already
Well,
got me beat.
where can people find more about you and more of your art and your designs and stuff?
You can find me about 7 nights a week on twitch.tv/youngcon. Website, conartist.org, because I'm a sucker for puns.
Mhm.
Twitter, YUNG_con_, because I can't get the other ones for some reason. They're all under lock and key. No one owns them, but so I'm not. And I think that's it. Oh, Patreon. I have a Patreon now that I didn't think would go anywhere. I was like,
Plug that Patreon.
yeah, I started Patreon a month and a half ago.
That's a boudoir pics, right?
Yeah, tier 3.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, next month I'm going straight Fireman with Tyler, so I mean, just straps on the side. But I put it together as a resource people that can't afford, to buy emotes. So I put out 10 emotes a month, 10 to 15 emotes a month for $10 a month, in case everyone doesn't have $30 to spend on emotes. So it's a resource for people to jump in, get 2 or 3 emotes for the channel, kind of survive until they can actually afford to, not even like they're not bound to contact me like I got emotes, so I'm going to come to you for them. I'm like, you can go with somebody else, but I thought it'd be a cheap solution to to put that out there. And we're almost at 50 patrons. It'll be 50. I just need 3
Nice.
more, and we'll hit that hump. And that's in less than a little bit close to 2 months. So I'm super pumped about that.
And what about that 3-hour tutorial?
3-hour Adobe tutorial that I didn't pay attention at the time, and I looked up. I recreated the Cyberpunk 2077 the samurai logo, which is the Oni with the half metal face. It's kind of blown to the side. Like, that looks pretty cool in retro. Let's spice it up. So I recreated it in a 3-hour tutorial that you can check out, including the source files. Anybody wants to take the logo and I don't know, sell it. I don't care what you do with it. Once I release something to somebody, they have it forever. So I like to give a lot of art away. So I do daily sketches every day on my Twitter and Instagram. So if you catch it and save it and slap it on something, as long as nobody paid for it, then I care. If somebody paid for it, don't steal it. But if I put it out, you can use it however you want. I think art should be shared. It's not to be kept in the lock and key.
Yes.
I would agree with that 100%, bud. And
Yes.
I just love how everybody helps everybody. I mean, a lot of the artists here all work together with growing their own crafts by, talking to everybody and getting direction and suggestions and tips, and it's absolutely amazing. I know a lot of the people just here on the stream actually mentor other people that are just starting out. Or
I wouldn't be able to do half of the stuff for Farian, Indulgent with Illustrator, Cobb with the style, Gamma with the shading and PS tutorials. Irresolute has helped me out with basic print options, and I had no idea what was going on. Jake with his creativity, I'm just watching this guy paint dogs as guardians. I'm like, what's going on? Dr. Jones with the tips on how to get those t-shirts made and what I should look out for. I mean, without these guys, I would literally be still, trip over my own feet artistically. So without the community, I am nothing. I would have been nothing because, I wouldn't have the help. So I try to pass the help forward as much as I can.
I love you, buddy.
I know.
Love you.
Oh.
Don't you cry on me.
It's too late. I'm crying anyway.
Just turn the camera off. Nobody will see.
I'm in my eye.
There's dust. No. Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on with us. You're going to have a blast this year again. It's going to be just absolutely awesome. And save some cool stuff for me, too. It's going to take a little bit for Ruby to get over to your booth and grab some stuff for me. She's going to have her arms full.
I'll stash it away.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we're going to roll into another trivia question real quick. This one's going to be art related. And the question is, which artist made his name with painting soup cans and Coca-Cola bottles? And this question is going to go to Farian.
Would that be Mr. Warhol?
It would be Mr. Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be too easy. I was going to go with a movement question that I thought was just going to be a little too... Actually, I'm going to ask you this one anyways, since I got so many questions. All right. This is a description of which art movement or style. Movement that began in 1919 and was in favor of art as a practice for social purposes.
Art that was favor of practice. Wait, for social services? Is that what you said?
Social purposes. I
Social
might have
purposes.
said social services.
No, you probably said purposes. I just didn't hear that right. I'm gonna defer to any other person that has done a lot of art history lately, because it's been 20+ years since I've been in college.
The Cubism?
Is it Bauhaus?
Nope. Movement that began in 1919 and was in
1919.
favor of art as a practice for social purposes.
So Dada came out around the same time, but that was to make fun of everything else. Like that was, it's post World War I to make, showcase how stupid the world was.
It was propaganda, 1919.
Was he
Propaganda.
German?
No. I
You got
have
me,
a
man.
few. It's constructivism.
Constructivism. All right.
Sure.
Come out of
Kind
France.
of smaller, shorter lived. But yeah, that one was there.
Where did you pull that from?
So
I can't tell
dismissive
you.
of constructivism.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Joe's like hiding the Snapple bottle. He's like,
Did you see it?
Oh, the cat. Yo. mm.
I thought I
You
was
said that
pretty
like
slick with
Jeopardy.
that.
I was like, what?
I got
Good question.
about 10 bottle caps right here that I'm reading them off of. No. Farian, thanks for coming on with us, bud.
Absolutely, man. Happy to be here.
If people didn't know you were on already, welcome.
Yeah, I was here one time. It was one of the lowlights of my life, honestly. I went through. No, I'm just playing. It was great.
It's so hard.
I had a really good time last time, and I'm happy to be here again.
Thanks, man. Now, this is the second year you're going to have a booth, correct?
No, I didn't have a booth. I was a lot
You
like
didn't?
Con last year. In fact, we ran into each other, and we both had the same experience where people were like, "Where are you set up?" And I'm like, "I'm next to Con." And I would tell them, "Just look for Con's booth, and you'll find me." And so then they try and chase him down to find me, and yeah.
2 hours later, they come back. Where's your
Yeah.
booth again?
That's right next to Con. Seriously,
and then Colin would be like, "Yeah, I'm right next to
Yeah.
Pesty." Just
I would get super indignant about it, and like, "You
He's
can't,
been
come on
named.
now." Yeah.
He's the runner. I'm first. Who?
Nice. But
I must have asked you where your booth was like at least 10 times.
Yeah. No, but I did. I walked around and handed out cards, so it really confused people. So yeah.
yeah, because last year you had the 50 cards, right, that you made?
No, I had 250 cards.
250.
Yeah.
Was it really 250
Yeah.
individual ones? I thought it
Yes,
was just 50. Holy.
No, man, 250 individual collectible cards. That was season 1.
And now we're on season 2.
We're on season 2. Yeah.
All right. So,
So.
share a little bit about the prep work going into the booth this year.
Sure. Real quick, I'm gonna plug Ian. Ian Pesty. If everybody knows, he's gonna be sharing a booth with me and Steph and Jay Howard. We are all together, and I put his Twitter in there. And Ian is doing some amazing stuff with 11x17 stuff for $20. He did these really intricately detailed masks of hunters and stuff like that, and he's got some really beautiful stuff. So since he couldn't make it tonight, I said I'd plug him real fast.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and he's a great guy. He's coming over from Britain, so we can make fun of him and stuff. It'll be great. Yeah, so prep work. Let's see. I never stop drawing. I'm kind of like Khan, but I do slightly bigger stuff. Like he does the emotes, and he can pump out several per night. I typically do 1 or 2 major drawings a day when I'm at work. 1 month or 2 months a year, I'll open up myself to people and say, hey, send me a photograph of yourself if you want to be drawn. And that's what creates the portrait side of my cards. And then I have an art side as well that I that I create from all the Destiny stuff that I draw. So I just linked the photo from my kitchen table earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's the one he did of me.
Yeah, those are all the cards that I've done this year. There's a few. There's actually some portrait cards from last year, actually. So don't let me completely lie on that. But season 2 of Destiny type cards is 100 cards. It's a 100-card deck, and then I've done probably another solid 100 portraits of individuals this year, and that's Kelly's got the one I did from him last year.
I slabbed it. It's slabbed.
For show, bro. For show. There's another one of Kelly. If you look on the table there in that picture, he is from the bottom 5 rows up, and from the right 4 in, there's a caricature of Cobb. So yeah, he's in
what?
there.
Huh? What?
Yeah, brother. So yeah, no problem, Skilos. So yeah, I do portraits for people for free, and it in turn creates these cards, these portrait cards, and then that's something you can come by my booth and pick one up. If I did one of you, feel free, and hopefully you'll like whatever else you see and pick something else up. Of those things that I've done over the course of the year, I turned 10 of them into full-on prints, or no, 12 of them. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I found mine.
Yeah, you're in there.
Oh, I'm blushing.
And so yeah, I got the prints up next. I have 12 prints, 8x10s, all backed and bagged, so you can take those with you wherever you want to go. I tried to do each of the classes representative. I want to make sure everybody's got something there for them. And then the last thing is the special stuff for this GuardianCon. I have a few posters, not too many, but of The Moon's Haunted and a Guardian at Borderlands 3 poster that I made. And the plan is to try and get something like that signed by the devs that are there, and then give it straight to St. Jude to have them raffle off, along with like something maybe from Brian. I think Irresolute said he might submit something. What we're going to try and put together a straight up Artist Alley pool of art that they can then auction off directly to them. Nothing for us, just for them.
Yeah, I got 2 ready
That's awesome.
already. I got a Whisper and one of my secret prints.
Yeah, there you go.
It's gonna be in there.
It's a
It's not really a secret. I did a preview, but it's
secret.
I got some Destiny dragons for you guys. Maybe a Yellowhorn dragon.
So yeah, we're real. Jeez, Jake. Okay, thanks, man. Thanks for.
That is awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
XOXO.
Jesus, yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, I draw all the time. I never stop. And some of it is good enough to print. Some of it is junk and goes into the trash. That's about it.
Story of an artist.
Yeah, right.
Like
it's like a magic trick. People get real impressed until you tell them how much goes in the trash, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
It's really. Somebody said earlier we were talking about sort of the malleability of like the permanence. You work on a painting, it's whatever, it's digital, it's whatever, but like it really is still like the time was spent. Like you, even if you have to chuck something, if you have to cover half of something, start over, back in the middle point, it's time's still gone. Like, and that's the That's the part that I mean, Daesh said like 80 hours. Like what if you are 79 hours in?
Yep.
And last hour, it's done, and it can't. You gotta start all over.
Yep, it happens. It absolutely happens. Yeah, so my thing is I like to draw characters of players. So like if you have a Titan or a Hunter you've been playing for the last 2,000 hours, I will happily draw that for you. And then if it's something, for instance, if it's got a helmet and everything like that, and somebody else can like it, if I do it nice enough, then I can sell that as prints, right? But I'll also like draw Brian as his character, Munkus or something like that. I can't really sell those. I mean, 6 people might want to buy a Brian Munkus, but it's not going to be the most popular. So, yeah, drawing your character as your character, that's great. Or I can do a custom thing for you.
Well, I mean, you say that, but like I've got a poster right back there that Ash made with a bunch of people's faces on it.
Well, those are popular people, though. You know. So.
It's a deep cut.
I want you to draw my Iron Lord, girl. Let's go.
I'm pretty sure Brian's face is on there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is because he was popular.
Past tense.
My face isn't on there.
Shade.
That's for sure.
Yikes.
No, but that's my thing is I started years and years ago now just drawing other people's stuff, and there's people out there that'll never have the time or energy to put forth into developing a skill set that we have, and I've always been of the mindset that if I can give them something that they'll treasure and that they can't get otherwise, I'll be happy to do that. So when somebody says, hey man, I've been playing the same Hunter for 2,000 hours and I feel a real connection with them, would you mind drawing it? Absolutely. Please let me draw that, because that's something that means something to you, and I have the capacity to do that for you. So I'd like to do it.
Got a good heart, sir.
It's all yours, Kelly.
Dude, Declare.
Nothing but love, I'm telling you. A lot of love in this stream today, I'm telling you. Oh, that's awesome. And I mean, you've always been so approachable with everybody in the community too. I mean, I'm sure people reach out to you quite frequently and ask you, and it's just tremendous that what you do. I mean, just with those cards that you saw, I mean, that was how many individual people were on that table for the cards this year?
I drew an extra 100 portraits this year. Total, that brings my portrait cards, just my portraits, up to about 260 or 70.
Wow.
And then I have 100 new Destiny pieces, and then another 100 from last year, 200 from last year, whatever it was.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man, I'm slow compared to some of you guys.
Yeah. The difference is, so like, let's just compare me and Brian, for instance. Brian will do this piece, and it's extremely intricate and extremely detailed, and it's beautiful. I would lose my mind spending the amount of time that him and like Daystra use to spend on a piece. I can't. My brain will not let me. So I pump out as much as I can, as quick as I can, and then eventually my brain's like, stop, that's enough, move on. And it's really tough for me. I can't focus that long. I have a really hard time with that. So I found my niche. I figured out what I can do, and I stick with it,
Me and Farian are long lost brothers.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go on something, right? Like, if I don't stop myself sometimes, I will just keep reworking part of something. It'll get a little like maddening, and I have to stop it. That's kind of same thing, but yeah, it's maybe a little bit longer than that for a chunk of time. But you have to just cut after a while.
My average piece is maybe 4 hours, 8 if I like it a lot, and then I move on.
I'm the same way, how I have to like break up like what I'm doing. Can't do the same thing forever. So like one of these dragons, doing the art, the digital part takes, like I said, 4 or 6 hours, 8 if I really like it or something like that. And then it's like, then I have to go to the crafting part, because my brain's just like, you've got to do something else.
Yep, I hear you. It's tough, man.
But
I was just really enjoying Resolute's side by side, back and forth action there.
If I had several hats to also illustrate the changes, like big dramatic hats. I would, but
Maybe
I
like like a cow on it. Maybe the one with a cow on it.
cow, an exo head.
If only.
I think that shout out was for you, Tanya.
Well,
Awesome.
I wish I had an exo head like Jake. I'm gonna have to commission one at some point because I am very attached to my exo.
Yeah, what I wanted to bring up though, like Farian is like trying to start the that whole the whole raffle thing, and he's like, I mean, he's such a nice guy to start that, and if that starts going, I want to also raffle off one of my exo heads because I have 2, so that's why I was showing it off anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
yeah. The dream is that we make it as easy as possible, so that then the people at the St. Jude booth are like, oh, well, yeah, this will obviously drag people over to us and make money for us.
Why not? Yeah, it makes sense if they're willing. Yeah,
absolutely.
They can handle the logistics. They don't have to worry about us running over with envelopes with cash and
Exactly.
like all them.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, we'll be busy selling stuff. I don't want to have to do a separate account just for that, if possible. Now, if it boils down to it, I'll handle it. It's fine. We'll make money for the kids and whatnot. But
yeah,
I'm gonna try.
Do what we got to do.
Yep.
Cool. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, man. I can't wait until I see more down there. I mean, everybody's gonna have a great time when you're around. I'm just gonna say that right there.
It's very fun being me.
There it is.
Flaunt it, baby.
There it is. All right.
Got it flaunted.
So where can people find you and more of your art?
I only do Twitter, man. Too much social media.
Who's Twitter, man? He's lucky.
I can't. I can barely focus on Twitter alone. So, Twitter/Furian Art. Yeah, Gamma's got me. He's the plug man. So
on point.
That's it. That's all I do. I am planning to have an online store after GuardianCon. I'll be selling these prints as long as Bungie allows, I guess.
Very cool. Awesome. I'm going to keep a lookout on your Twitter feed.
That's all you need,
for when that store opens, because
I'll post it and pin it, so no problem.
Awesome. We're gonna roll right on to our next trivia question, and this is gonna be a Destiny one. I kind of toned this one back a little bit, but the question here is, who is rumored to be an item between NPCs in Destiny 2? Now, I toned this back a lot because there was some lore that came out that had to do with coffee and all sorts of stuff. Never mind. Miss Cole, thank you so much for coming on. And do you have an answer for this one?
Yeah, everyone knows it's Mara and Shax. Yeah.
Mara and Shax.
I'm going to disregard that because, Shax is one of my main squeezes. So, just one of.
Yep, you brought it up earlier. No.
I'll let this one slide. Anybody would.
Fine. Let's segue into something else.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on with us. And you do something really unique that has just exploded through the community.
I wasn't expecting it either, by the way.
You've said this a few times, and
I didn't expect it to pick off.
It's taken right off, and you are the creator of the. Well, you tell us.
So, I created the hashtag Bad Destiny Joke on my personal Twitter account because I've actually written 3 Destiny novels. I had a small audience that read them, they loved it, and I tried a radio theater to where it was actually characters reacting and then narrator, and then the pilot never took off, so I kind of just stopped writing there. But I still had the writing bug, so I just started doing stupid little jokes almost a year ago to the day. It'll be about 2 weeks, and it'll be the anniversary of starting Bad Destiny Joke. And it started off with a hashtag, just stupid little jokes every few days, and then I started doing one once a day. And it's literally just me sitting down, typing it out in a tweet and then sending it. I don't pre-write them. There's no notes taken. They're not stacked up in drafts anywhere. They're literally made on the spot and sent. So started that off, and it started getting more and more traction. Somehow Bife came out of nowhere and slammed me in the face with 2,000 followers in like 3 months because he kept retweeting and liking. And that was just a trip. But in January, I started the Bad Destiny Joke Twitter account because all the jokes were mixed in with my personal tweets and stuff. And I just wanted a timeline of people could scroll through and just read them. And I started that on January 13th because I was actually at PAX South talking to people about it. And it's grown to almost 2,500 followers since January 13th of this year, which is crazy. I also now have Bad Anthem Joke, and then Bad Halo Joke, and Bad Borderlands Joke is going to start day of GuardianCon. So that's 4 jokes a day I'm pulling out of my butt.
That Anthem joke, just a picture of the anthem.
I actually like the
game.
Every day it'll just be another screen grab. From here we go. There's another screen grab.
The crazy thing though is, like, I started Bad Anthem Joke, and then I went to South by Southwest Gaming, which is here in Austin, and BioWare had a panel on the technical art behind it, and I went up to the 2 community managers and like, hey, I do Bad Anthem Joke. They're like, we know you. The senior producer puts your jokes in the emails and sends them around the office.
No!
Oh my god.
That is awesome.
It was
the highest compliment.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I write bad jokes. They usually have to do with, the lewd side of Destiny sometimes, like cheese nozzles and all that. We won't get into that. But
I imagine that the Anthem guys were like, "You're the only person saying nice things about us," and they were like, "You're in all the emails. You keep morale up."
The sad thing though is I actually saw a BioWare dev at the HEB grocery store, which is 5 minutes away from my house. It's literally right here. And there was a guy in a BioWare shirt walking around like, "Hey, do you work on Anthem?" And he's like, yeah, I forget what he said he did, but I actually complimented him because I love the game, despite the state it's in. And he's like, that is the nicest thing I've ever heard about our game. And I felt so bad. I wanted to just hug him and just shove donuts in his mouth. I'm so sorry. People hate me.
Shove donuts in his mouth.
But yeah, so I do the bad jokes and all that. It's grown into an actual brand of bad redacted jokes. So if I say, hey, there's a new bad redacted joke coming, it's literally a new joke, and I can't say what the new game is because it's redacted. So it kind of feeds itself.
Gotcha.
I did not expect jokes about exodicts and all that to just take off like it did.
You mean thumb drives?
Well, yeah. And then, Titans, fisting from orbit. You take the however way you want. That's what's up. Yeah.
That's the looter side of the redacted
that's on the mild loot side.
I guess the worst people are saved for later with the special sense of humor.
Any Destiny after dark.
We're after midnight at this point. All the kids are asleep anyway.
Yeah.
But I write these stupid little jokes. I did comics for a while. Those are actually coming back. I won't do it once a week because I was just too hectic with everything else I do. But so I write stupid jokes. And somehow it got me a stupid booth at GuardianCon, which I've never been. This is my first one.
Yay.
And this is the first booth for myself. I've done one for work before for what I do there. This is new territory for me. Never had to do merch like this before. I actually fucked up a couple of times. So it's been a wild ride, and I've gotten everything done in 8 weeks. So,
wow.
Yeah. I'm going to have a 12 by 19 poster. It's called Legends of Light. The crew of Focus Fire Chat, so Green, Blue, Beard Grizzly, and then Bife, they're all on it. It's their characters.
Awesome.
And it's done in the style of blacklight, and it's very colorful. And it was done in their honor because without their likes and their retweets, I wouldn't have reached the audience that I have. So it's very much in tribute for them. It'll never be made again. I only made 300 prints. That's it. They're all going to be individually numbered and signed by hand, which I can't do until I get to the hotel on Thursday because they're shrink wrapped, and that's the only way they're going to fit in my luggage. So I had to like do them all Thursday night by hand, which is going to be crazy.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be great because I had to like get all that done, set up at 10 o'clock, and then I have a tattoo appointment at noon on Thursday. So yeah.
Are you getting a tattoo at GuardianCon?
Yep. Green from Focus Fire Chat and myself are getting matching tattoos. So
and I saw the tattoo design for that. That looks awesome.
That's really cool.
I actually did it myself, so I'm really excited.
I think I see a bunch of people sharing an Uber.
Yeah.
Kind of go get tattoos this year.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing. So I'm going to have the poster, which is only going to be 300 of. Focus Fire Chat is actually going to be at my booth at 11 o'clock on Saturday to sign them. So that's really exciting. I did a misprint of these little cards, so it's like, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but Bad Redacted Joke with all the Twitter links. And that's Flam, by the way. He's like the most popular character. Stupid as hell. Really good in Crucible. Shax loves him, and he was only res because his ghost selected the wrong set of bones. So there's some fun lore for you for the character. But these are like the little light cards. These were supposed to be the main product, but I got them too small. So instead, I've written little like motivational quotes in the back. These are going to be free at my booth because I fucked up and I don't feel like making people pay for these. But like this one, there's like 10 quotes because there's 250 cards, all of them written by hand. And there's 10 of these that say, your ghost has always believed in you. You can believe in yourself. And then I signed it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, little quotes like that. And then I have the big old, there's actually 2 stacks of these, but it's the bigger version for Bad Redacted Joke. And this is actually interactive. So I can either put, like, if you ask me a question or something or like that, I can either sign it or anything personal you want, a motivational quote or, just a note to you, or I can write your own bad joke. And I'm going to do that at the booth. So like, I'm going to be sitting there writing it all on the fly. And there's potentially 200 jokes I'm pulling out of my butt in 20 hours. So, yeah. I want to do some. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Your booth's gonna be a lot of fun. I can already see just the smiles and people just having a blast over there.
Yeah, it's all gonna be written on the fly, on the spot, and
you need some heavy fiber.
Yeah, this hand's gonna be dead, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. The other things I have is a black lanyard that says Bad Redacted Joke. I didn't think they'd make it in time, so I got a second order from another company in red. So I have black and red Bad Redacted lanyards. And that is pretty much it because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So you're getting what you're getting, and I had 8 weeks to do it.
You're getting what you're getting.
That's what you're getting. Because
I'm in Cole's boat. Yeah, you're getting what you're getting.
Yeah, you're getting what you're getting. Because between 40 hours at work and then doing all this and trying to keep up with streaming, along with keeping up with information for Planet Destiny because I work for them too, it's been crazy. Plus, I don't know if you guys noticed, I dipped for like 5 minutes because my computer crashed. I've been blue screening for a month and I don't know why, so I couldn't get anything else done.
It's still acting up, huh?
It's still acting up. So like, I don't know what's happening. I did a restore. It didn't work. Still blue screens. I took it to Fry's workbench, and they had it for 30 hours. They couldn't figure it out.
I saw that on your Twitter.
Yeah. So I did a complete reinstall off of Windows. Was working fine, and then suddenly it just blue screened out of nowhere on this podcast, which was just great. And then I couldn't remember what my password is, so I couldn't get into my computer for like 5 minutes.
That's super scary.
Yeah, and then the piece of art I'm working on for my GuardianCon project for next year, I just lost 2 hours of progress on because recovery file corrupted. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Have a tip jar at your table to say this will go towards my new computer.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know
the things.
I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, I don't know. But yeah, we'll get it figured out. Yeah.
I think you're gonna have a great time at GuardianCon this year. I mean, when the con ends and everybody starts meeting up, I think that's when things are really gonna start getting fun. No, I think you're gonna have one of the most interactive, funnest booths at GuardianCon this year. I mean, just the bad redacted jokes. I mean, just offering people the opportunity to say them live to you and put them down on a a special collector item with. It's just gonna be absolutely great.
Yeah. And everything here, you're never going to get again. So, yeah, it's all exclusive. I'm never doing this stuff again.
We'll see what next year looks like.
Hopefully next year I will have the 4th novel done, along with an illustrated short story of Destiny, if Bungie will let me do that stuff.
Oh, you're going that route? I remember you put that on your Twitter. You were like, which one should I do?
Yeah, so 130 votes of, do illustrated short stories. So
there you go.
Going.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Well, where can people find more of you and more of the bad jokes?
So you can find me at ISA_KOLE, which is my personal bad Destiny joke, bad Anthem joke, bad Halo joke, bad Borderlands joke. Borderlands is spelled without any vowels because Twitter said no. And then I don't have an Instagram because I don't understand it. And then I do have a personal website, which is isabelcole.com. And the only reason it's updated because GuardianCon linked it, and I've been on a mad dash of updating it for the past week. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. Oh, and Twitch at ISA_KOLE. So, hopefully I can start streaming again soon once I get this computer crap figured out. Yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have faith you'll figure it out here soon.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm actually going to dip because I'm afraid my computer's going to crash again, and I'm going to go feed the husband. So.
You haven't fed the husband yet?
I haven't fed the husband yet. Yeah. No.
He gets cranky.
Is he crawling across the floor?
Maybe not.
It's after dark. Yeah, be careful.
Hungry.
Don't get away.
I grabbed the webcam. Seemed like dying on the floor.
Well, can't wait to see that bad joke when that comes out. No.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
It's
no,
coming.
thanks for coming on with us.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. We're going to go right into the next question. We're getting down to it. This one's going to be a technical one, and it's going to go to the one and only infamous Gamma Trap himself. And it's, most sewing machine needles should be replaced after what time? No, this joke's not for you.
I was sitting here like,
no, this was for a specific person. I just wanted to say it. No. Where was the first GuardianCon held before it was known as GuardianCon? There's a lot of silence on this right now.
I wasn't there at the first one. I really didn't pay much attention to the first one, honestly. Because, when was the first one? It was
Wasn't that Gothalian's house? Or just
yeah, something like that.
barbecuing?
I believe it was in Seattle. I think it was in Seattle 4 years ago.
No.
No, it was in
Gothalion
Tampa.
doesn't like planes, so it was definitely.
Yeah, it was in Tampa. It was at a bar. I just don't know the name.
And then it moved to someone's personal front yard, their house.
I think they called it DestinyCon, and then they switched it over to GuardianCon.
The first GuardianCon I did, I think, was maybe still DestinyCon.
Yeah, it was Destiny Community Con.
Yeah,
There we go. That was that. I remember hearing about that. I don't remember where it was. Obviously, we've got a couple theories.
Tell you the truth.
Let's get somebody get Gothalion on the line. Come on, we all know him, right? We're all friends.
Is he awake still?
Hold on,
Dial
I'll
him in.
pull up. I got his personal number.
I got a phone a friend.
Tell you the truth, I for the answer for this one, I couldn't find it. I just wrote. I actually just wrote a bar. Still looking for the answer.
I know it was a pub.
Yeah, there we go.
It's like Chat knows. Chat knows.
What?
Tampa Ale House. Let's
brewery?
do that.
Was it a brewery or?
Does
It was a
Chat know?
brewery or something.
Let's rely on Chris.
Yeah.
knows.
Chris,
Phone a
Mike?
chat. Phone a chat.
I know Amy posted it on her Instagram a while ago. Broman's wife.
Yeah.
It was like the front of the front, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe it's still on there.
So it's a great start for my segment. A fat L. Someone's house, bowling alley.
Nope, it's not there.
It's okay. I didn't know constructivism, so you're good.
100%.
Well, wow. Well, 50 people start Googling and searching for that. Gamma, thanks for coming on with us, man. It's a pleasure having you on again. You're always a lot of fun, and this is the second year you're going to have a booth?
Yes. Yeah, this is the second year. The first year was awesome and kind of a surprise. Around April last year, my buddy Rook got in contact with Broman at PAX, and he was like, "Oh man, ready for GuardianCon?" Broman was like, "Yeah, man, I'm stoked." You know, Broman is right. And then it was, like, so shame about Gamma. And Broman was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Well, he can't go. He can't make it." And Broman was like, "No, that's not how it's gonna go down." And Broman went and reached out and was like, "Hey, what can I do to get you here?" And I was like pulled in the direction of GuardianCon, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was. I remember this from last year. I think Chris 3711 helped reach out to him to get you there because he caught wind that there was going to be some technical issues that you wouldn't be able to go and everything. So. Yeah, it was awesome Chris that you were.
Yeah, both Chris and Rook.
Yep.
Both Bostonians.
Your Bostonians went out for you. No, last year you were one of the most popular artists in Artist Alley. I mean, right now, you actually saved me one. Super happy you did, and Chris grabbed it for me last year. The Samurai Cade 6 piece is actually right here on my wall behind my monitors. You can't see it.
I remember that, yeah.
Came out amazing. What's some of the prep work that went into this year's booth?
This year, I wanted to do more. I wanted to make a piece for every subclass, which is extraordinarily ambitious for someone who also has to do a bunch of stuff for weekly videos. So I didn't get it finished. This is anticlimactic. But aside from those, we did manage to finish an exclusive this year, which is going to be our Drifter piece, which is kind of like the lore of sort of Drifter. He has the whole backstory of him with the snakes and ice and all that weird stuff. So you could probably find on my Twitter, but that was originally for a video, and I was like, "Matt, you gotta give me some more time on this one." He's like, "Why?" I was like, "I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it." He's like, "Okay." So I spent a long time on that one. For me, a long time. Nowhere near 80 hours. I don't think I've ever spent 80 hours on anything in my life, aside from living.
Destiny.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what about Destiny?
Man, you say that. I'm paying this game too much. I don't got time to play it. I'm still doing my Thorn quest, but I don't have Outbreak Prime.
Still waiting on Rat King's crew.
No, I do have Rat King. I just got that one recently. I
haven't got it.
Yeah, but I was proud of that. But after a long time, I was like, "All right, we're done." He's like, "Cool, awesome." He's like, "This looks really good." I was like, "Thank you." I spent a long time on it. And we have a Patreon where we give HD digital downloads, Photoshop files for people to open up and check out and stuff, and prints and phone backgrounds and behind the scenes sketches that I have to send to him, and he gets them, approves them and sends them back. And I always add little notes and sometimes they're, I guess, funny. So our whole art process gets put on Patreon, but the Drifter one it wasn't available for print, and I altered it so it can't be really messed with too much in the Photoshop file, specifically so that we can bring it for the GuardianCon exclusive, which we're bringing 100 of, and they're very nice. They're good quality. I like them. But aside from that one, we've also got, like we did last year, we got 10 prints of our, I think that's top performing pieces. and I say top performing, it's like my Instagram is kind of like my my gauge. My Instagram and our Twitters and the people like in the comment section from his YouTube videos. We grabbed. I keep looking over here. They're over here. But we grabbed the top like 12, 13 of those, and we just picked the ones we didn't care that much, or we thought weren't going to sell very well, and we left those out, and then we're bringing like I think 30 of each, and then like 100 of the prints. So we're looking at about 400 prints. And we also this year got stickers, little Cade stickers, little Cade lore stickers. They'll fit on the back of last year's GuardianCon badges. I'm looking over there because I got one hanging on the wall. I don't know about this year. Hopefully it's about the same size.
They probably are, right?
I hope so.
Why would they change that?
It's funny for references. You're just looking around the room you're sitting in. You're like, yeah, we got. These are over here. These are coming.
Here we go. Yeah, this is my office. I don't leave this room. I'm here all the time. If you ever want to know what it's like to be a recluse and a shut-in and get in fights with Reddit, this is what I look like.
Technically, you're a killer submachine gun.
I got a recluse that was really harrowing last season.
Oh.
In comp.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Last year we had one of these also. This is just like a menu, essentially. We're going to have this on our table. And it's just like all the prints. And just aside from that.
Stealing that idea.
Yeah.
Already stole that idea.
Yeah. I'm like, price list as a little, I have a post-it note that says price list, but that post-it note is going to say menu.
Yeah, there we go.
Stolen from Gamma Trap.
I was not going to do it this year. I was like, they're fine. You know, last year was just a nice touch, but then everyone bugged me enough. I say everyone. It's like
because then it can be like, I'll take a number 1 and a number 3. Ooh, and a number 10 and a number.
Oh hey, real quick.
Can you put cheese on that?
Can you put cheese on that? I'm allergic to onions. Do you mind? We do this really cool deal we did last year that really got the prints out the door, and that was sort of a 2-for-1. I don't know how y'all are gonna price, but we do. I'm lifting it up again. We do 1 print for $20, or you could get 2 prints for $30.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. The upsell works.
I do 15 each or 5 for 50.
Nice.
Also consider that for multiple pins. I'm just saying. If you got
I give deals of multiple pins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of my
Great.
prints are $6.17. Is that not a good price range? Is that...
Well, as far as the artists go, just trade me something.
You want to do
177.
I'll Venmo
many
you, man.
pennies as possible.
Oh, also, I got this sketchbook.
Ooh, yeah.
That I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide at the con.
So we shouldn't plot to steal it, right?
I mean, you can if you want to. It's mostly blank. Like I got it, and I wrote some stuff in it, and it's kind of special. And it has an option, like either you can return it to me at the artist alley, or you can keep it for yourself and fill it up.
That's
Fill
cool.
it
That's very cool.
Yeah,
Fill it up.
because I used to have a sketchbook just like that in high school, and I would keep it with me at all times. And every day I would just, pages and pages. I was bored, right? And like that kind of influenced me a little bit to pursue. You're gonna hurt your neck, man.
I'm not. I'm agreeing so hard. This is exactly me.
Yeah, like y'all can grab this if you want. Like, I don't really mind. I just wanted to go towards, like someone who might want to use it, and it might be like sort of like a vessel, maybe a nudge. I just think it'd be cool.
It could be, could be a Destiny,
It could be ooh. Maybe I should write that in there. This could be your destiny.
You should.
That'd be a little too cheesy.
It's perfect.
Nice.
I try to avoid being that cheesy. I have a chronic condition.
No such thing as too cheesy.
You guys are gonna have a ton of stuff at the booth this year. And is your partner in crime gonna be helping run the booth?
Yeah. Well, he's gonna try his best.
So you're gonna bring you a water and then take
that
off.
vote of confidence.
All right. Last year he didn't go, right? Because it cost him about $2,500 to get here.
Yeah.
So I went because of like I was pulled and I was helped, and a lot of like people like moved me towards the con. I didn't think I could go. I didn't think it'd be very good. I have as most of y'all would probably understand, I have a chronic condition of undervaluing myself. Which
no artist ever knows that feeling. I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm awesome. Shut up.
I mean, some just
I've heard.
Through.
Yeah. But like I literally am not allowed to like name prices anymore because like last year I was like, yeah, $5, 11 by 17, yeah.
That's insane.
Everyone was like,
no, yeah, I hear you because my wife is like deals with money as a living, and when I was tossing out my prices, she's like, "You're not allowed. I'm sorry, you're not allowed. I'm pricing your stuff."
Yeah, same shit. Both Mylan and Rook were just like, none of that. No. So now, like, this was our prices last year, so we're carrying it over. I guess it worked great, but I was going somewhere with this, wasn't I? I swear. Oh yeah. But last year, Mylan didn't go because he couldn't afford it and he couldn't get the time off and stuff, and he didn't think it was probably going to be worth it for him. So I was like, all right, well, this year, because I'm going, we can do a test run to see how well the booth would work to fund your coming here. And he's like, yeah, it's a great idea. So last year we did our thing, and I was like, yeah, we can totally get you here with the booth money. Like we might not make much, but we can all have like a free vacation, which is crazy because your vacations are expensive.
Right.
Or holidays or whatever.
He's got to come from upside down.
I know.
To right side. It's wild.
They got a strong neck, man.
The earth is flat. Everyone knows that.
Excuse me. If the earth isn't flat, then why aren't your shoes curved?
Oh.
Yeah. But this year he was like, we did so good as far as like, I mean, Destiny had its hiccups, obviously. But thankfully, last year on GuardianCon, it was Destiny 2 got launched, and then Destiny 2 Vanilla, the mini DLCs went. So there was a bit of a slouch as far as like performance goes on the content creation side. And so he definitely couldn't go. But this year, it's gone great because Destiny's performed so well. And he's like, no, I could just go. We could just keep the profit, I was like, all right, well, I feel useless. Yeah, no. But no,
it's
Mine's
coming. That counts. No.
It's the
No, dude, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, but now Mine's coming, and he's going to spend most of his time. Yeah, also cool, I guess. Yeah, he's going to spend most of his time around us. So, I mean, if nothing else, he's going to be a nice little vessel for us to get people on our side of the con.
Yeah.
So you didn't say he was going to help at the booth.
He's going to try his best. He's not really a booth. He might be great. He might be awesome. But me and Rook, we have a system.
A system?
A system, yeah. Last year, we got mobbed. We didn't have like the force, I don't know, or the whatever Jake had, because Jake had a single file line at one point from like his booth to
I have no explanation for that.
Magic, it just happened, I guess.
It's sheer respect of the crowd. That's what that is.
Sheer respect. That's it.
Honestly, if you dye your hair, it'll work for you too.
It's all about the hair. Really.
That's probably it. You're probably right. I'm too white bread.
The hair is the source of his power.
Yo, I got the overflow from Jonesy on the one side and Gamma on the other, and so I loved it. Like, it was great.
You got the attention going from one to the other.
I was the newbie, and I was like, yeah, these people, they're fucking awesome. You can come on in. It was nice.
I was going to say, is hoping that we can somehow get the lines of the people going to your booth in front of some of us lesser known artists.
We need you to queue, turn, and just stand here. You're going to be in front of You're gonna be in front of this booth for
I'm
a while.
actually
Take a
gonna
look at them.
I'm gonna bring those posts with the ropes like they have in the theaters, and I'm just gonna trap people in Artist Alley.
There'll be no exit.
And before they can leave, like, we're gonna hire somebody that's bigger than Khan to stand there, and he'll let them out if their bag is heavy enough, you know. And you can get out.
This isn't 50 pounds.
Yeah.
It needs to be 50 pounds.
You gotta have like little signs. It's like exit that way, and they keep going that way. It's like exit, keep going. Sign.
This might work.
3 times.
Yeah, but our little system is Rook is like our carnival barker. He's screaming, so I don't have to, so that he can get people ready behind the first wave of our booth, because there's it's like 4 people in front of the booth, right? And he's kind of projecting his voice, and he does the whole spiel, and he talks about the stuff behind us, and we've got a photography sheet with our prints on it, held up by magnets, so we don't have to damage the print. And he's like, all right, this is the stuff, this is the guys, you know. And then people in the front will be like, yeah, I want that one, that one. And he's like, okay, cool, and he handles the money. And then Cess will grab the inventory down under the table.
In the basement.
Down there to get the stuff that they order. And they'll bring it back up. At the time, you know, by the time she's found them all and got them everything up, then the payments already pretty much be processed and moved over to me. And last year, like, I didn't want to sit down because I'm not I sit down constantly, right? So I was standing up and kind of hunched over the entire time, which is terrible for your back, but it's all right. But it gave me the opportunity to spend 3 to 5 seconds per person, which was awesome. Just oh man, hope you're having a really great time. Do you want me to sign this at all? Okay, here, pick a color, man. We got silver, gold, awesome, great. And they were like, dude, man, it's really cool to see you. I love seeing all these artists here. It's really great. I love the experience, man. Just seeing this stuff. We can just take home all this cool stuff that everyone's making. Oh, look, you see these pens? Oh, it's just yeah, no, I've seen them. They're not mine, but I want something. Go back over there and give me 3. You know, and
that's such a good impression.
Right? That's for those who are, this is your first con, that's pretty much what you're going to hear a lot. Oh my God.
Especially with the ratio being so small at this con. I'm used to doing cons that have 10,000, 100,000 people.
Yeah, I think this one, what was it, 3, 6, something like that?
Something like that. So it's the ratio to people to art. There's 30 artists? Is that what I heard right?
I think
how much was it last year?
I don't know.
Does anybody remember how much there was last year?
8 or 10.
Yeah, and there's 30 this year.
4 or 5.
So you can imagine that's 100 people per artist at any time, you know, or throughout the weekend, you know.
And it was
pretty crazy.
I think surprised actually. There's not going to be. I think even for all of us, our first time was last year. I think we were a little bit nervous about oh man, nobody's going to know who we are.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that, like Gamma was saying, they're really supportive. It's not like they're just going there to seek out the person that they know. They're not just going you know what? I'm gonna go see Young Khan and then I'm out, bro. But they want to see all the artists. So
that is the correct answer.
If I could say anything,
that's why I went last year. I was like, "Where's your booth?"
Sure. I tricked him and kept the bag at our booth so that he would stay with us. So. But yeah, people are really kind there. They really want to be there and see all this stuff. So even if they don't necessarily know who you are right now, they're gonna know once they leave, you know, because that's what people want. They want to find these artists. So
yeah, and they'll to get the full experience, they'll hit every booth they possibly can, see all the cool stuff people are saying, meet as much as possible. And because of that, the second they stop by your booth, even if they don't know who you are, they're gonna be like, that's awesome. And if it really resonates with them, the whole the Void Walker, you know, little pin or Moon's Haunted stickers that I'm gonna buy all of. Well, not those obviously because they're not gonna have any of, but
Moon's Haunted.
Moon's Haunted.
Proceeds for these are gonna be going to St. Jude's.
Oh, nice! Extra awesome. So
forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah, so it's the experience was awesome in itself, just getting to meet so many people, and then. I also met one of my closest friends there who had no idea who I was. I met a lot of people there that had no idea who I was, which was, I think, way cooler than meeting people that even knew me. which was weird in itself. I'm sure Jake knows the kind of like a con. Now that you got a booth, people are gonna find you a lot easier. For example, but like I'm sure people even did it last year, like where they were like, "Oh man, dude, I've been watching you for like, dude, for like so long," and I'm like, "I'm finally here, man." And like you're huge, dude. Like I wish I had guns like you, man.
Look, it was tough for me. Okay, you don't have to bring that up.
He didn't name names.
It was an emotional time in my life.
Like
So-
The anxiety of
that was a far out time. Like people know me at TwitchCon. This is shocking.
Dude, if anyone ever know me in TwitchCon, I would do a backflip, and I can't do backflips. I'm so small.
the anxiety of running
Oh.
my table
Oh,
solo is now growing.
We're gonna put that to the test.
I'm right there with you. Solo table.
Solo table bros. I'm gonna die. It's gonna be great.
Solo table people, please let us know if you need something. Honestly,
Yeah.
because you're gonna
Yeah.
be stuck there. You'll
Okay.
need water. You'll
It's
need
like-
food. You'll need drinks. You'll need it. So just let
Yeah,
us know.
it's like Jake was a freaking trooper. Like we kept. I'm sorry about this, by the way, bud. I apologize if it bothered you at all. But like at least 4 or 5 times each of those days, we'd like, "Hey man, you need anything?" Or Spartan would go over and like, "Dude, you good? You want some help?" Because like I said, that line went all the way back to Magic the Gathering, which is on like the across this little aisle. Wait, hang on, real quick. While I got you here, Jake, did you videotaped? Or not videotaped. How the fuck old am I? No, sorry. You fuck me, dude. You recorded.
Did you break out the 8-track?
You recorded.
Video
I've been meaning to ask you this since like it happened.
I
But
recorded this.
you recorded the.
On daguerreotype. Did you get it on daguerreotype?
Wait, I want to
I
know.
didn't
I want to know what Gamma Trap's asking.
All right, so what we're talking about? We're talking about booth, right? No, but like you recorded the people coming in the door the second day, right?
I think so. Yeah. Where they're like the onslaught.
Did you put
Yeah.
that anywhere? Because that was frightening.
I
Stampede.
think I put. Yeah, I think I twittered it out.
Oh my
It was
god!
just like it
We
was.
have it recorded too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
for everybody's understanding on the podcast on the show, the second day, people ran to get in line for Gambit.
Oh yeah, because they knew.
This
Yeah.
was the preview of Gambit, and that line filled up, and I think they capped it at it was going to
10
be 8
minutes.
hours at the end of the day or something like that.
Ridiculous.
But that filled up in like 1 minute.
Yeah, literally, people sprinted, and then we're settling in for like the 6 to 8 hour wait. That
And
was
that's
ridiculous.
what's crazy though is like they're probably going to do that kind of again this year. Hopefully they handle it a little better. With
Yeah.
the first thing they're doing. I
Have
don't
more stations this year.
I don't know.
They said
had
I
plenty
heard
of-
more. I heard more.
Yeah, bringing like
Yeah,
seven
it's more.
now.
Good.
I'm hoping we're gonna be in an area like open near all this stuff and not like stuck in like a
Yeah,
conference
not-
room or
Last
something.
year it was all together, and I think that's
last
their
year,
plan
back to
again this
back.
year.
I hope
Artist Alley was dead in the front. The doors opened. The first thing you saw with the
Yeah,
artist.
we were there
That was
first.
the first thing you saw was Jake.
That's what I love to hear.
That was great. That was
And I
great.
think they talked about that being intentional at some point. Broman did talked about how like he didn't want to separate. They didn't want to have it in separate spaces because they didn't want there to be like those
Yeah.
chunks between them, which
Hopefully
is
it's like
Yeah.
that again. But
yeah,
this
it's a
time it's
very
not
different kind of venue, right? Yeah. Seems like a
I'm
big
excited.
place though, right? Like there's like restaurants and stuff all inside it.
I'm so happy for that.
It's a
It's
resort.
wild.
So like last year, D2, day 2. Wow, last year day 2, it was a little slower, but only by a little bit, just because like people like, but only like some of them saved their money. You could say like like for day 2. Like day 1, they want to make sure they went around and experienced stuff. Day 2, they've got the art. So it's not like too crazy, but like the Gambit line, for example, that I think had a certain amount of influence as to like how many people visited your booth, because like they were stuck there almost all day. If they got in the line near the back, that rope tied off behind them. Mathematically impossible, people.
Yeah.
Find something else to do.
It's like a trickle. It was like a trickle for that, people coming out. But I mean, I'll say I did better on Saturday because you also get a lot of folks that don't have Friday off, and so
Yeah.
they could only get a 1-day pass, and they
Yeah,
only
so-
come on Saturday. So that's
it's about fair, yeah. Like
it's pretty cool that they at least spread it out like that, because some cons are like really long and they go on, or like they're only like a specific weekend time starts late on a Friday or something like that, and most of it's in the middle of the weekend. It's pretty cool. They make sure that people like sort of all ages, all chunks, all types can get in without too much stress.
Yeah.
Hard to get off work, you know.
Well, we're gonna have to cut the story a little short so we can move along with everybody else.
Gotcha. I'm sorry if I took too long. I apologize.
No, it's all right. Sparkles got me in the chat. He goes, he's like, "Welcome to
Sparkles."
Yeah, that's what I call it. Sparkles.
Say Sparkles.
Never heard me.
Was it someone saying something about
never
a
heard
glitter
you say
penis?
that before, or never noticed rather.
It's Sparkles, but
We need to make that glitter pen y'all wanted to do thing. just
Gamma.
everyone.
That was a boot
Glitter is
cannon. It's a
banned
boot
from
cannon.
now.
Are we telling? All right.
Yeah, just make everyone should make their own sparkles thing. Just for sparkles.
Perfect.
Moving on.
All right. Well, where can people find you, Gamma, and find more of your art?
Gammatrap.com or the Gammatrap at Twitter. I'll post this link.
Sparkles.net.
Oh, dang it. Square got me. Oh. Square only got my website. Thanks, Square. I appreciate that. But get the glitter away.
You're stuck on the glitter now, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm reading from Spikle. But my website and my Twitter have pretty much all my links. We do Patreon stuff for Mylan stuff. You can also see all my work, pretty much, especially all the Destiny work on Mylan's videos. Which, in fact, I'm going to continue working on one that's due tonight.
Sprinkles.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're going to jump into another trivia question. We're going to roll on. This one's going to be art related. And this one's a little different, but I thought it was wildly interesting. What artist was struck in the face with a mallet by an envious rival, disfiguring him for life? And this is actually for Cobb. Cobb 1. Do you know what famous artist was smacked in the face with a mallet by an envious rival?
Gallagher?
You would think so. With his brother and his twin.
His brother.
I have never heard that.
This is actually true, but Michelangelo was actually struck in the face by a rival that disfigured him for the rest of his life.
Dude,
maybe after that, maybe after that, he finally could see straight, and he's like, "Oh, now I can make these sculptures look real."
He's probably sitting painting somewhere, and dude just full force, unbeknownst.
Well, I don't think it was like an Acme mallet or anything like that. I mean,
if it was, would it have just bonk and turned rubber?
With twine around it back then. I don't know.
He was a sculptor, so it was probably it was one of those little
the chisel hammers
mallet, you know.
Well, I bet it sucked.
Either way, I bet it hurt.
Yeah,
did him a favor so far as I could tell, because man, that guy's art. I don't know what he was seeing before, but now, whoo, on roofs and stuff.
Those were all spite sculpture. I'll show him.
There you go. Thanks, Con. Cobb, thanks for coming on with us, bud.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Now, you've been at all the Guardian Destiny cons, haven't you?
All except for the bar meetup.
And that was actually found. Laz actually found that, and that was actually at O'Brien's Irish Pub.
Ah.
Hey, one of those by me.
It's a franchise?
Yeah.
We have
I'm pretty sure it's called
O'Brien's
O'Brien.
in my hometown, but it's sold ribs.
See, we have a shenanigans, and if you've ever seen Super Troopers, I have a shenanigans.
We have a shenanigans.
Do you?
It's like 25 minutes away from where I am. It's great.
They can't be a real surname.
6 blocks away.
Shenanigans? Shenanigans?
It was called Spankies. They also just called it Spankies.
Was this
I don't know why.
Wow.
It's an Irish bar. My dad's band plays
in a
there when I was
variety of
kid.
sauces.
Awesome. Well, Con, I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at the screen. Sorry. I'm highlighted on the wrong person. Sorry, Cobb. Kelly, Tell us a little bit about the prep work going into this year. I know Con talked about your exclusive print that is benefiting. I'm pretty sure it's St. Jude's.
Yep, 100%. And it's really cool. The printer I got him done through. I explained because last year he knocked off a little bit on the cost because it was for St. Jude, etc. And this year I told him that these prints were going to be 100%. All these, and when I picked them up, I asked him if he, was able to do anything on them. He was like, "Oh, those are on us. We donated those." So like 100% of those prints, it's amazing. Like the dude donated them from the print shop, and they
That is
come out
badass.
I'm gonna hand number them 1 of 100, 2 of 100, like all of them.
That's awesome.
So once they're gone, they're gone. But I was pretty pumped when Con approached me about that. But as far as prep work, last year, if anyone remembers, my extensive booth consisted of my tag hung up on the back wall, and that was about it. So this year, I have a banner. I have this tapestry here. I think I'm going to hang behind me to put my like price listing on and stuff.
Are you going to keep that tapestry, or are you going to sell that too? Because
that's available on my Teespring for like $44. I couldn't believe how huge it is. Like it's pretty massive.
And it's phenomenal quality, I assume.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really good. I honestly didn't get it for that, but like I got it to hang in the background of my streams. And the more I looked at it, I was like, and I also got like this pull up 2x8 extended.
I've seen that. That looks awesome.
Thank you. And so yeah, a few upgrades this year. I'm definitely bringing like 3 times the amount of variations in the artwork, I guess, because last year I think I had like 10 to 12 total prints or pieces of art. And this year I've got tons of like this is my most recent drawing, but I have a lot that are this actual size, the half size, 5.5 by 8.5. A few originals too, but yeah, a lot more variety. Not so much the trinkets and little doodads and things I had last year. I had a lot of stickers and some 3D printed knives, which I felt really bad because those knives sold during the VIP hour. Like they wiped it out before. I'm kind of scared. I actually wanted to talk to Khan about that, how he felt about the prints, because they could very well sell out just during the VIP. Like, I don't know.
I don't think
yeah,
VIP hour this year.
Oh, there's not? Okay.
Yeah, I think they didn't want to do that.
No.
Okay. Well, good.
Gives more opportunity for the masses.
So yeah, I learned something unfortunate today. I picked up my prints a little over a week ago, and this past yesterday, I picked up the remainder that I had to order, and I hadn't looked at them till today. I started going through them, and a lot of them I had quantities of 30 each. I realized they only gave me 10 each. So it's gonna be a mad scramble Monday because they're closed on weekends. So I gotta like hit them up, like, bro, because I think he charged me and I paid for the quantities I asked for. So, but yeah, just a lot of prepping with that. New business cards. I'm giving away or another gun, doing another raffle this year, and this year it will be a custom malfeasance
that
I just posted
awesome
tonight. Yeah, like I was really stoked to get like the way the light hit, because you can kind of see there's 3 colors. It's purple, teal, and green, and it actually changes depending on what angle the light hits it. So the picture you can kind of see the 3 different colors in it. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, so pumped about that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's always fun to see everyone, the after parties, meeting the faces to match the names of people online, and just all love.
And you got a tradition for every GuardianCon too, don't you?
Oh yeah, tattoos.
Do you have it picked out yet for this year?
Yeah. I'm getting the what I consider the House of Wolves cob. It's like you see it everywhere, all over the game. And once I point it out to people, they're like, "Thanks, man."
Now you see it everywhere.
So yeah, now the big thing is just figuring out where to get it. Like all the cons, like when I get the tattoos, like when I get my actual tattoo, I like to research,
Forehead.
Forehead.
So, right here.
So when it's something, yeah, perfect. So when it's something like at a foreign place or somewhere where I'm not as familiar with the artist, I tend to pick things that can be traced, for lack of better words. Like, I got the tricorn one year, which is awful twisted. Got Omnigul last year. That was actually like right before I went down for the con. But this year, yeah, I think young Con is going to join up. Issacol was going to, but she pre-made her appointment. So, yeah,
I'm down to go.
Might go.
I wish I could, but I think my Destiny tattoo would be too complicated.
I'm down.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. You really don't want to get like the Guardian leaping, holding my thing, like a half sleeve or something. You just want
I want
a little
I
banger.
want an iron axe right here.
There you go.
I'll have to do that otherwise.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. So anyone out there, I invite anyone that wants some ink to do it. Not necessarily get up with me, because we're gonna have tons of people, I think, maybe trying to go. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped about that. I don't know exactly when, but at some point it'll happen.
Rain check for next year.
After breakfast on Thursday.
After
breakfast. I'm just excited. Oh, and this year, as you know, it is hard to run a table by yourself. And last year I had some lovely assistance from those who shall not be named. And this year I'm bringing my son. He's 15, so this will be like his first GuardianCon, and he's a huge gamer. So
that's awesome.
He's super familiar with a lot of the people in the online community, and when I say like, oh yeah, that he was watching a Fallout Plays video the other day. I'm like, yeah, that's a buddy of mine. He's like, what? So being there, like introducing him to all these people, I think that'll be a really cool experience for him.
We finally get to meet Cobb too.
Cobb Jr., KJ.
He would carry every single one of us in Fortnite, hands down.
You should see him now, Jones. He's just I can't believe it. Yeah,
I tried to play Fortnite today. Actually, I only opened one thing and I died. I don't know how it happened.
Like, yeah, I'm just waiting to see a guy balanced on a bowling ball. With like a rocket pack on his. It's so like crazy over the top. Like over the past couple years. So.
Well, cool. Dude. He's gonna have a blast, and it's gonna be a great experience for both.
He really is.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I told him to bring the PlayStation, so
Oh yeah.
Maybe he wants to go back to the B&B when Dad goes out in the evenings. Maybe we'll see.
Just throwing that out there. Just be prepared. Pack the PS4.
Just in case, son.
Just in case. It's too bad it's not ported over to the Switch yet. You can just bring the Switch wherever.
Mm-hmm. Switch it up.
The Stadia thing.
Or the Stadia. Yeah.
Stadia, where are you?
Oh yeah,
it's coming.
I really hope that Stadia works, because it'd be really awesome to just go to the hotel and
hotel Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Hotspot.
Yeah, I really think Stadia will work as long as your internet works properly. Like, I couldn't do it because my internet's crap. But I don't know if it'd be Stadia's fault.
Your frame rates may vary.
Yeah.
No 4K for everyone. No, awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean, where can people find more of the Cobb One art and all the art he makes?
Like a lot of the previous amazing artists, all my socials are one name, Cobb One Art, KOBONEART. YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all the lovely socials. I have one link up. It's on my new business card. I don't know. It's like one of those link tree links, but it contains everything. So if you can make it to my Instagram and click the link in the bio, it'll take you to everything. Even my old music links. I used to produce a lot of hip hop.
Which was fire, by the way. We used that track on the.
That was one of my old beats.
Yeah.
El Jefe.
Nice.
But yes, so come to GuardianCon, get you an exclusive.
We're gonna have to work something out. You're gonna have to get me one of those. Absolutely.
Yes, you should.
I'm definitely gonna grab me one for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to roll on to another trivia question. We got a couple more people, and I know it's getting late. Thank you, everybody, for just bearing with us. It's been a lot of fun, but I know it's getting late for everybody. This next trivia question is not really trivia, but how much did this year's GuardianCon St. Jude's charity raise so far? And this is going to Steph in the bottom right corner. Steph, are you with us?
I'm still here.
Awesome.
trying to stay awake here.
I know. Do you know how much has been raised so far for St. Jude's?
I've been so busy, it's hard to keep up with it. So I'm just gonna take a guess. I think the last time I saw it was around 3 million.
Yep, $3.7 million so far.
3.7. I was close.
You were close. Thank you so much for coming on with us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the prep work in the booth this year.
Honestly, it was pretty crazy. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of holding together because the prep work on side is that honestly, I was thinking about it for a few months, and I just kept telling myself, I was like, what am I going to make? Because a lot of my stuff were commission based, so I wanted to start off with something new, and further on I just wanted to get really ambitious. So until I had to ask a few of my friends for some ideas, and I'm really thankful that they were able to help me to gather some input. And so I actually only started working on it just 4 weeks ago. Right. So one of the things I was really excited to start on was I was making these little charms, and there were 3, one of each class guardians, and they were holding a little bowl of ramen on there because Pixel actually suggested to me that everyone loves food. So I was like, okay, let's make something cute and adorable that way.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
So cute.
And so I was glad to have those in into production. I was actually kind of worried because I also ordered it from Zap Creatives, and they told me about 15 business days, and I was looking at the calendar, I was like, oh my goodness, this is cutting it close.
I love Zap, but they're so slow.
Yeah.
Good quality, but
yeah,
slow.
which they turned out really amazing. And so those were the charms, and then I wanted to do some new posters, which I actually started posting it and previewing it on my social media, which were the 2 raid posters, and one of them a Gambit poster. So it was something entirely, I've never done it before, and everything it was pretty much stepping out of my safe bound or comfort bound.
Yeah,
and
comfort zone.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm really excited to kind of show those off, and as well as
they're all in chat for you right now, Steph. They look amazing.
Those raid ones are beyond epic.
Yeah, they're so good. So good.
I'm so excited. Need that last wish one.
I love the line work on those.
Honestly, I was taken surprise on how everyone loved these, and I was like, oh, it's just
people are gonna go absolutely crazy for this stuff. You don't even know.
Yeah.
They've come out so good. I mean the Scourge of the Past one, I went crazy for, because I love the giant mech robot looking over the corner. It's just I am here,
We can almost tell you for sure that however many you're bringing is probably not enough.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can already tell you because I know how many she's bringing. It's not enough.
Well, how many are you bringing down, Steph?
Ideally
That's
it was
it. No, I'm just kidding.
50 of each poster, but then I'm after I've seen that like the numbers and the stats going off on social media, I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna bring more.
The size of them.
You're gonna need a lot more.
You're gonna bring more.
Yeah,
What's the
and then
size?
a bunch of people are like requesting like other raids, like a lot of the Crown of Sorrow, and I'm like, I've never run that raid. I don't really know much about it.
Just
But-
look up the armor sets and some screenshots.
Yeah, for sure.
Just take orders on like after the con or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of planning to do. Like,
And make sure that you make up the guns. Just like from nothing. Make no one recognize the guns.
Like a balloon gun?
Just to
Or,
trigger.
like, why'd you use this gun? Well, I was like, I don't know. So yeah, and so there's those like 3 11x17 posters, and then I got a couple handful of 8x10 posters of just a couple of things I've done in the past, and I thought they were kind of pretty neat and almost a little bit of a minimalist sort of posters of various classes, and I got one that was of a chibi Crota, so I'm printing that one out because he's adorable and everybody loves him. What else? Oh yeah, I'm bringing along some stickers as well. I think there was like 5 stickers because I remember a lot of people were like asking me, I was like, are you bringing stickers? Even from last year when I came to GuardianCon for the first time, they're like, do you have like stickers of these, and are you ever gonna have a booth and things like that? It's like, I would love these as posters. I'm like, I was kind of like surprised that so many people would be so interested in it, and yeah, that's about it.
We love you, Steph. Are we gonna actually get to take a picture with you this year, or do we still have to have you with the helmet on?
Funny enough is like when we were talking about like well, what's gonna happen at that point with Pixelated, and she was like kind of doing like a little mock-up out of like sticky notes. I was like, this is the helmet and I'm gonna make you this. It was like really adorable. But as far as that goes, like I'm kind of a little bit personal on that, and I don't really like people taking photos of me, but if it happens, it happens, right? It's like out of my control.
I'll let you do all the posting of all the pictures. I know you like to put little faces on them.
Yeah.
Just borrow somebody's exo helmet for a few pictures.
Sure, I'll have that. I'll have it around.
Jake's got 2, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure there's this giant hat with a cow on it.
Oh yeah,
You
there's
can also just kind of tip
With
that
the-
down. You just tip that straight down.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll,
Yep, look at that.
There you go. Yep.
It's got you covered.
I'll do that sometimes in photos if I don't feel like having my face in there.
We'll just shout across the artist, I told you, we need the hat!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Are you gonna have any exclusives or anything for your booth this year? Or is everything kind of exclusive for the GuardianCon?
I think like for the moment everything will be kind of exclusive until like, because I got a lot of things going on in my life that is really hard for me to manage, both my real life work and of course like accommodating everyone's requests for prints and stuff. So I'll be able to only print like for GuardianCon and then possibly do another reprint afterwards, but that'll be it. Like
Gotcha.
one time sort of thing.
Very cool.
But we'll see how it goes. Like if it starts cooling down, then I'll be able to probably have more time put in and kind of have give everyone a chance to buy a print, even though they're not able to come to GuardianCon.
Right. I'm sure it'd be incredibly popular. I mean, everybody loves your work, and having the option of buying it online would probably help a lot of people that aren't able to travel to Orlando, Florida during the hottest point of the year. to go by it, rocking a hoodie and coming into a convention. No. No, awesome. Where can people find you on your socials and more of your art?
I'm only on like Twitter and Instagram at the moment. So on my Twitter, it's RA_II, and for Instagram, it's instead of an underscore, it'd be like a dot. So it's like RA.II.
Let me guess, somebody already had that name. Hasn't been posting on it in 3 years. I've heard. No, I'm joking. No, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on with us. I know you're going to have a blast down there, and it seems like a lot of people are going to have, this is their first year of having their booths or a booth at GuardianCon, and I know just sharing in the experience with everybody else, everybody's going to have a great time. So I'm going to keep an eye open on socials during GuardianCon for a group picture, but one person wearing an exo helmet, and I'll know exactly who that is. Awesome. We're going to roll on a couple more people if I can get my mouse to work. I'm sorry. Bear with me. It has not gotten any cooler in this office, just in case you were wondering.
Oh, jeez.
It's still like 85 degrees in here.
Oh my god. What time is it over there?
It's there's numbers on the clock. No, if anybody's on the East Coast or Central needs to bounce, go right ahead. I'm not gonna make anybody dredge through anything.
I was about to say it's almost 2 a.m. for me, guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Same here.
Yeah, it's 1:38.
Yeah, same.
I'm an old lady who goes in bed like 11 o'clock.
I'm just getting warmed up over here.
What are you?
Con just finished a half a pint of coffee.
Con, what?
Hanging on because I'm having so much fun hanging out with you guys. I'm looking forward to doing it in person too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll right on to the next question. This question is a pretty easy one. It is, what was Cade 6's hand cannon named? And this is actually gonna go to Dr. Jones,
Billy.
the one and only Billy.
That one's super easy. We should ask what my wife thinks. Madison, right here.
Madison.
He said, "What was the name of Cade 6's weapon? His hand cannon." She's just gonna have to make it up, but I want to know what
She
would
already
imagine
said.
it to be named.
She's like, no.
It's Billy.
Do it.
Well, duh, the ace of spades, obviously.
Yeah,
but
that was
No,
an
I
easy
I
one.
knew that.
she knew that. So,
Well, welcome. Thank you both so much for coming on. And Madison, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for hanging out with all of us.
Oh, no problem. Oh,
Now, you guys, you had a booth last year, and you're carrying it over to this year too. But you work together with your company. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the prep work and what you guys do?
Yeah. So Dachi is essentially something that Madison had come up with, like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago or something. It's taken a couple of forms and shapes over the years. I think originally the idea was that we wanted to start something that we could share with like a lot of our friends, and we have a lot of people who do photos and art and video and stuff like that. And Dachi Collective initially was going to be Dachi is short for friend, and so Dachi Collective was like the friend collective. And like a lot of things, I guess a lot of people have these ideas of how they want to start things, and it kind of takes different shape. And so eventually it kind of came to the thing that me and Madison do, and both of us are creative people, and we ended up turning it into our thing. And so we both collectively kind of make our own things, and then I might design something, and then she's my boss, and I let her take a look at it and say, hey, well, okay, what do you think that we should do, and how do you think that we should adjust it? And so we both get two creatives' eyes on a piece, and really kind of work together to make whatever it is that we do. So, but I don't know. What, you got anything to add on that, or?
I just think for for us working together is really cool because he's like the hands-on, like he pretty much comes up with all the designs and like follows through with that, and I am more of like the curator of things, so we kind of have a pretty good balance together, so everything works out pretty well.
She's curated museums for like all these huge shows, and she's super modest about it and doesn't talk about it. Like she's curated for like Cartoon Network and all these huge museums and stuff, and all this really cool thing that she never talks about. And I'm always pressuring her to share with other people, but
That is epic.
yeah,
Should definitely talk about it more. We'll have to have you guys onto the podcast, and I want to hear more about this curating.
As far as our prep work goes, I'll let Madison talk about it because I am 100% the biggest. I would argue I'm the biggest procrastinator here. So I'll let her take that one.
Before we started tonight, I asked him if I should tell the real version of what our prep
version,
is, which is essentially us like leaving GuardianCon last year and me telling him, this is what we have to do. This is our timeline, set it up month by month leading up to, a couple days from now, and me having these expectations. And then his version of prep work is we still haven't even picked up any of our t-shirts to print. So we'll be doing that on Monday.
Yeah. So
that's
so we'll place our order on Monday for the shirts. And then I'm gonna be printing on Monday and Tuesday night.
He will print until we leave for the airport.
Pretty much. So for anybody that doesn't know, like the other thing that we do is like I have a screen printing company here, and we do everything like literally in house. My garage is a 2-car garage. It's completely converted into a workshop. This is where my actual my business is here at home. So we do have the luxury of kind of being able to do that because I can literally walk out in my garage after this podcast and go print some shirts if I want, So I do have a little bit more of a luxury of being able to do that, but I will take 100%. Like I am a huge procrastinator. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're still working on. So we do have some of our stuff like now that we didn't actually produce ourselves. Obviously, you can't see, it's a little bit dark, but we have these cool little dad hats that we're bringing.
Those are so awesome.
Super limited. I don't know what you guys are talking about. These are just snakes. I don't know what they're from.
Nah.
But super limited, really. And I ended up doubling the order because I literally was only bringing 12, and I had a lot of people say, "Oh my god, I want one! And I was like, "Oh my god, I don't want to disappoint people, So I'm bringing twice as many. So that's cool. And we do have a limited amount of pins. We're trying to bring an exclusive pin to GuardianCon every year, like something that we're really just only selling at GuardianCon. And I don't know if it'll show up on the camera because it's kind of dark in here, but we have these little. They're just a little.
I saw those posted earlier today.
Yeah, our little light ghost here. So, we have 100 pins that we're bringing. So, hopefully for the 2 days, we'll see. Hopefully everything. And I think as far as shirts go, right now we have. We're bringing our Arcade 6 Shoot and Loot shirt back again this year.
Nice.
We are bringing. I brought a couple of shirts last year that were ones that I printed, and they were literally from my dresser that I had never run a full batch of. I have a Keep Calm and Just Wipe shirt that I made, and I'm gonna update it a little bit, but I'm gonna bring that again because I had so many people that literally wanted to buy the shirt off the wall behind us, and I'm like, I've worn that shirt so many times. Like, you don't want that shirt. And people were like, no, I'll pay you for it. I'm like, I am not selling you that shirt. It's dirty right now.
I pulled it out of the hamper.
Yeah. I just had it there to show, showcase, hey, this is kind of what we do. And so we're going to bring that one. And I think the plan is to have 2 other designs, and I think one that's exclusive to GuardianCon only. Those are like 2 of them are sitting in Photoshop, almost finished right now. And I say almost because I have a huge client job I'm printing at the same time. So trying to finish those this weekend, and then we'll get the shirts kind of going. But other than that, we have like some decal stickers and stuff of a couple of designs that we that is stuff that we have printed, like the pins. We also have some decals and various logos and cool stuff that everybody loves from the Destiny universe and stuff. But I because I'm a procrastinator, we don't have any actual like prints of anything, and I really want to. And I like Madison said, she's been telling me literally since we left GuardianCon last year, and I hit it real hard for like a month, and then I was like, I am so blocked, and I have no, I don't know. I get really bad art block, and I couldn't figure out what to do, and I think I let that take over me, and I had such huge ambitions, and then I waited too long. So, you know, we're gonna bring what we can, and like Con said, and somebody else said, you know, you guys are getting what you're getting. So.
Now, last year your booth was wildly popular. I think you sold out of most of your shirts last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we sold out of everything. Like the majority of it probably by the first day, and then within an hour or two, the second day, we kind of wrapped everything up.
I think by the end of the first day, we had 8 T-shirts left.
Yeah,
So-
there's a moral to that story, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was our first con last year, and we had no idea what to expect, and somebody was talking about Cobb. I had been pestering Cobb for weeks and weeks and weeks, and even up until the night before, I was like, dude, I'm so scared. I'm so worried. What if I made all this stuff and I have to go home with all this stuff, and I spent a lot of money, and I mean, all of us artists here know it's like, expensive to make things, you know, so sometimes it's scary. And so we went into it knowing, okay, this is how much we are willing to spend and walk away with nothing, you know, like this is how much we're comfortable with losing if we don't sell stuff, right? And of course, I don't want to make it sound like this is all about money to us, because it's really not. Like I think being at the event alone is worth the amount that you spend to go. Like networking, meeting the friends and the people alone is worth the money that we spent to do it. But that being said, you still got to pay your bills and come home, you know? So like this year, I think we're doubling how many shirts we brought last year. So I think last year we brought about 150, and I think we're trying to aim for about 300 this year. So, and to me, that sounds like a lot, you know? Like that sounds like a lot of shirts. So I'm still like, oh, I hope people want them, because we're going to bring, you know, a fair amount of them. So, but we were shocked and blown away by the response. We had no idea. I mean, we had people coming up. There would be people that I knew that were, you know, streamers or people that are in the community that would walk up and be like, "Oh my god, I love your stuff, and you know, look, you know, I want to buy this." And I was just like staring at them like, "Dude, I know who you are." They're like, what? So it was funny, because to me it's very humbling, and we were just like, wow, like we did not expect that whatsoever, you know. So we're very gracious and like thankful that people even wanted what we had.
Sorry.
I feel like we feel lucky to be considered amongst everybody else, and like there's so many great artists there, and I look up to so many other people, you know, like, you know, I've talked, like, followed Jake and Con and Cobb and stuff, and I think like they've all over the last year or 2 years like inspired me to keep doing more stuff. And then I meet everybody else that's here on the podcast, and I'm like, oh my god, like now I feel like we have like a lot of really cool friends. So so I don't know, it's this vicious cycle of inspiration, you know. So.
I think one of the coolest parts of like the first day of last year's like convention is like just getting to finally see everybody. For me, it was the first time, because I never set foot in my office, so I got to see everybody, and I was like, holy shit, oh my god, dude.
No, what I really can't wait to see, and this is my top #1 thing, a floor plan.
What is this madness? What are you speaking of?
He's got jokes.
I heard there might be. I don't know.
Sets the world on fire.
It's gonna be Post-its on tables.
No, that's gonna have to be like, you're gonna need a wish dragon for that one, buddy.
Oh,
good luck.
I'll bring a lot of paper and a lot of pens. Let's do it ourselves.
There it is.
But yeah, that's kind of what I guess went into all of our stuff. So, I mean, it's weird. I always feel weird because I feel like we're like the shirt people, and I think just because I screen print, that's kind of how, at least to me, how my art kind of transfers into that always. Just because I've screen printed for 15, 16 years now, so whenever I design anything, it's like, put it on a shirt, you know, like.
I think that's how our mindset works.
That's the way mine is. Design it, and paper craft it.
No, right on. I mean, your shirts are so recognizable, not only in the community but everywhere. I mean, you can pick out, one of your designs from across the, a busy room, and they stand out so much and are absolutely hands down just amazing shirts. And I love the Fortnite one where the guy's dropping in. I have a couple of them. I have three different shirts, and I wear them. They're on my weekly rotations every week, and I think I'm not alone in saying that either. I know a lot of people, your shirts are constantly in everybody's weekly routines. Like, I don't know how I keep ending up wearing this shirt on streams. I'm gonna have to bury it in a drawer here soon. But
Wow, it's wild, man. I mean, the second day, I think Madison came a little bit later than I did, because obviously, like everybody here that was there last year, we were beat. So the second day, knowing that we had 8 shirts, I was like, you know what? I can man the booth by myself. You take your time, I'll get down there. And I walked from like CVS to the convention center, and it was a couple blocks. And like I passed 4 or 5 people wearing our shirts, and I was like, wow, this is wild, dude. Like, this is so random. I just don't even know what to think of it, you know? Like, so I mean, like I said, we feel honored that people even care about what we did. And I do have to say, I couldn't do any of this without my wife, Madison, because I would be printing literally till the second I got on a plane, or I probably wouldn't be able to figure any of it out, because she's the planner.
He wouldn't have a plane ticket because I have to book it.
She's the brains behind the operation. So
awesome.
Nice.
So yeah. So and we do have a third that's hanging out in Mama's belly this year. So
I was gonna say
congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Has been kicking me this entire time.
She's like, it's bedtime.
Well, this time I can bring you breakfast food to the table.
There you go. Awesome. Well, where can people find more of you guys and your shirts and art and everything?
It ain't so.
What?
You can find us at Dachi Collective, so at DACHI Collective on pretty much everything. We do have DachiCollective.com. We have at Dachi Collective on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So.
Nice.
Real.
Awesome.
Nice.
I'm dead.
Cobb's cracking up in the corner. I think it's getting late for him.
Ignore Farian. What the hell?
Mike,
stealing thunder.
Why are you blaming me?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out why.
I missed it.
It's in the disco.
That's the one thing I don't.
The sad thing is probably not that far off.
He made a jokey ass floor plan JPEG and shared it.
Great.
It says artist ally.
Art is not even spelled right. I didn't even notice.
This is where you can find the artist allies.
And then correctly spelled Fortnite, like, well, or not correctly, but incorrect.
Per game.
Yeah.
Game Fuel's got a really overlarge presence in this map, I feel like. But, you know.
I'm looking forward to Joe's next trivia question.
Oh, mine? Okay.
Game Fuel!
Legos.
Well, the last trivia question was a pretty easy one.
Game Fuel!
This one is going to be right on the same page. What did Lord Saladin try to lock away in a forgotten vault? And this one is going to go to the one and only EXO himself. Jake Myler.
Hey.
What's up,
Hello.
buddy?
Hey, what's up? I'm gonna try to keep everything really quick and simple.
Sure.
Because it's getting late.
Yeah.
But Siva?
You're absolutely right.
Right? Awesome.
Nailed it. I knew that was too easy. I should have said something else. No, awesome. Tell us a little bit about the prep for this year's GuardianCon.
Oh, basically, like this year, I basically started getting ready for the next GuardianCon as soon as GuardianCon ended, last summer. So like, and most of my prep is just basically, let's try to get a volume of Watermelon XO printed and like the next issue out. And then I think just it was the whole thing with Cade dying and stuff happened, and like the Dreaming City, and then I basically got almost zero comics done that whole year. And so this issue 3 is coming out, but it's gonna be like 25 pages. It's a little bit thinner than usual. Like I had to add a little bit of extra sketches and stuff to it, but it's gonna be good. And I've been working on all these different things all year. Like I got these.
Oh wow!
2 posters. Yeah, these are like
yeah. It's
nice. These are posters that are based on like the lore books in Destiny, like the man they call Cade, and then Most Loyal, and with Varix right there. And I just thought it would be cool to like make a movie poster that is based on like the lore and like what if the lore was a movie.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah. So and this one also I should mention is going like 100% of the proceeds to St. Jude. So the one with Cade.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so then I got like a bunch of pins, got a bunch of posters.
Are you bringing the shader pin back?
Yep. Yeah. By popular demand, I'm gonna bring that one back. Yeah. So I'm gonna have like 4 different kinds of pins. I have a Zur pin. Yeah. I have an emo, like an emo like Aldrin pin, which looks pretty nice. Yeah. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast.
What was the other question?
Oh, the other one. Well, are you gonna have any exclusive for this GuardianCon?
Well, I guess it's exclusive if every time I go to GuardianCon I sell out. So maybe I have a few things that I put online, like 5 issues of the comic or something, but it's pretty much exclusive. So get it while it's hot, get it there.
Yeah. Get it before Saturday mid-morning because
maybe.
You're one efficient person, from what I hear. No,
I try to be. And also, like, we really don't know what to expect this year. Like, it could be huge, or it could be about the same, could be less. I have no idea. I don't know what to expect. So
that's part of the fun, the anticipation, the not knowing.
Yeah, and we will learn this in like 4 days or something. So
yeah, people are gonna start traveling here real soon.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna come quick. A couple sleeps and be here.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
And you said earlier, you mentioned that you're gonna raffle off one of your exo helmets.
Yeah. If we get the whole raffling thing together, like a lot of the people in the artist alley want to like raffle off some prints or raffle off like a special, like I know one guy's making like custom Lego miniatures. They're really awesome. I think he's gonna raffle off like a little set. I think it's Brickinator is his name maybe, and like just a bunch of stuff. And hopefully we can get that together. And I'll take tickets and keep them separate, and then just on the last day, whether it's St. Jude that raffles it off or maybe it'll be at my booth. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, but that would be pretty cool. I